Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that goes way beyond a simple recipe. We're talking golden, bubbling cheese, a slow-cooked meat sauce, silky bechamel, and just perfect layers. Yep, today we're exploring Lasagna al Forno, the Sunday dish that literally built Italy. As you'll see, it's this rich, layered masterpiece that actually helped define Italian home cooking. I mean, it's the absolute centerpiece of Italian Sundays, family gatherings, holidays, the whole shebang. Very few dishes do comfort food better than this one.
But hey, before we start cooking, we've got to address the ultimate culinary mystery. Every Italian grandmother has a secret layer in her lasagna that she never tells anyone about. So what is it? Well, some people swear it's an extra ladle of Ragù. Others are absolutely convinced she's hiding some special cheese right in the middle. And a few just guard these family recipes like state secrets, passed down for generations. But stick with me, because throughout this explainer, we're going to uncover that true hidden secret together.
Section 1. A culinary historical treasure, the origins of lasagna. Okay, let's dive into this. Before we build our 7 layers of heaven, we need a quick look at the history behind Italy's most beloved baked pasta.
It turns out, lasagna is actually one of the oldest pasta dishes in Italy. Its roots stretch all the way back to ancient Rome. They were already prepping these layered, pasta-like dishes way before the modern concept of lasagna even existed. But the version we know and love today, that's really tied to the region of Emilia-Romagna, specifically the city of Bologna. Down in Bologna, lasagna evolved into this massive celebration dish. For generations, Italian families gathered every single Sunday around the table just to share a giant tray of this meal. It really cemented it as the worldwide Sunday tradition we know today.
And this brings up a really crucial distinction. Authentic Italian lasagna is actually completely different from a lot of the versions you'll find around the world. While global variations might throw in alternative cheeses, heaps of ricotta, or all sorts of different fillings, the authentic Lasagna al Forno relies purely on 2 things: a rich, slow-cooked meat sauce, the Ragù, and a silky, smooth bechamel. That's it. That is the true foundation.
Which brings us to Section 2, crafting the rich sauces, the foundation of flavor. Let's head into the kitchen, because high-quality, authentic ingredients are exactly what make this dish such a global comfort food.
All right, here's your master list to serve about 8 to 10 people. Notice how we've got 2 completely distinct flavor camps going on. For the Ragù, you have your aromatic base, olive oil, onion, carrot, and celery. That gets paired with a heavy mix of ground beef and pork, and then elevated by red wine, crushed tomatoes, and a bit of paste. Then, for the bechamel, it's entirely different. It's this simple, elegant combo of butter, flour, whole milk, and that absolutely crucial pinch of nutmeg and salt. So, let's build that Ragù. First up, heat your olive oil in a large pot and drop in the finely diced onion, carrot, and celery. You're going to sauté those for about 5 minutes until they get nice and soft. Next, toss in your ground beef and pork and brown them thoroughly. Then comes the magic. Pour in the red wine and let it reduce down. Finally, add in your crushed tomatoes, tomato paste, salt, and pepper. Now, here's the absolute game-changer step. Simmer it gently for at least an hour and a half. Keeping that heat low and slow is exactly what creates that unbelievably deep flavor.
While that's simmering away, we tackle the bechamel. You'll really want to take a methodical approach here. Melt your butter in a saucepan, whisk in the flour, and let it cook for just 1 minute. Then, gradually, and I literally mean gradually, add your warm milk while whisking continuously so you don't get any lumps. Toss in your salt and that beautiful pinch of nutmeg. Cook it until it's completely smooth and silky. You'll know the sauce is absolutely perfect when it smoothly coats the back of a spoon.
Both sauces are done. Now we hit Section 3, unlocking the secret layers, the art of assembly. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit and get ready, because we are about to finally reveal that grandmother's secret.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the secret itself. While a lot of people start with just a layer of pasta, or maybe a little bit of oil, the true hidden secret is spreading a thin layer of Ragù and a light layer of bechamel on the very bottom of the dish before any pasta even goes in. This brilliant little trick prevents sticking, sure, but more importantly, it builds massive flavor right from the very first bite.
Once your secret base is down, you just follow this repeating 4-part order. Step 1, lay down your pasta sheets. Step 2, spread an even layer of your rich Ragù. Step 3, drizzle that silky bechamel right over the meat. And step 4, sprinkle a generous amount of grated Parmigiano Reggiano. You're just going to cycle through those exact 4 layers over and over until you hit an ideal target of about 6 to 7 layers. using up all your ingredients perfectly. But wait, the final layer actually breaks the rules just a bit. To top off this masterpiece, your last layer is just the pasta, covered generously in bechamel and extra Parmesan cheese. No ragu on the very top. This exact combination of the milk-based sauce and the sharp cheese is exactly what gives you that iconic, golden, bubbling crust in the oven.
It's fully assembled. That brings us to section 4, the golden bake, patience and perfection. You're going to slide this heavy, beautiful dish into the oven and bake it for about 40 to 45 minutes. The top is going to become deeply golden and bubbling, and trust me, your kitchen is going to smell incredible.
While it bakes, let's run through some rapid-fire pro tips to guarantee absolute success. Always simmer the ragu slowly to develop that flavor. Always use freshly grated Parmigiano Reggiano. The prepackaged stuff just won't melt right. Don't overload the layers. Balance is key here so it doesn't just turn into a sloppy mess. Always rest it before slicing. And honestly, perhaps the best tip of all, make the entire dish a day ahead. Letting it sit in the fridge overnight allows the flavors to completely meld and elevates the whole thing to a totally new level.
All right, the timer goes off, you pull it from the oven, and now you face the hardest part of the entire process. You have to wait at least 15 minutes before cutting into it. I know, it's so tempting to just dive right in, but patience equals perfect slices. That extreme heat needs to dissipate, so the layers actually have time to settle and hold their structure.
Section 5, tasting the tradition, the final bite. Imagine taking your fork and breaking right through that top crust. You can hear that slight crackle, right? And underneath that golden barrier are these gorgeous layers of rich, deep ragu, creamy bechamel, tender pasta, and nutty, savory Parmesan. Every single bite delivers comfort, warmth, and just incredible depth.
And that really brings us to the core theme of this explainer. What makes this dish so enduring is that no single ingredient dominates. Everything works together like a giant puzzle in perfect harmony. You see, lasagna isn't just a recipe. From Sunday lunches in Bologna to family dinners all around the world, it brings people together. As the source material so perfectly puts it, it wasn't just food, it was tradition. It's a dish specifically designed to create lasting memories. Which leaves us with one final question for you today. Few foods have the power to transport us back to a specific memory or a specific kitchen quite like this one. So, think about your own culinary memories for a second. What's the absolute best lasagna you've ever had? Was it in a little restaurant in Italy or right at your own grandmother's dining table? Keep exploring authentic recipes, keep cooking, and keep tasting the world. Thanks so much for joining us on this explainer, and we'll see you next time.